Hi there. Well, this is what I do when I go to work. You think your job's stressful? There's just a couple of cucks I ran into today. First one was easily dispatched. The second one, oh God. I mean, the worst of the worst. And of course, then he was joined by other cucks. There was a cuck fest. It was like they attract like shit, like flies to shit. So, when they saw me coming down on this black guy, who obviously was, defenseless and couldn't take care of himself. So you had all these social justice warriors having to show how much they're offended the fact that I'm a racist. I'm a racist because I dare challenge this asswipe for his stupidity and his evasiveness on the questions. So at any rate, that's what I do out there. If you like what I do out there, of course, you know what you do. You hit the like button and you hit the subscribe button and you hit the bell button and you share and then, of course, you go, man, this guy needs some support. He is just crazy out there challenging these people. Doesn't he watch these other videos and see that the people like him are being attacked? Doesn't he know better? He needs some help. So give it to me. To my PayPal or Patreon, or go buy one of my designs and go trigger some liberals of your own. So let's get to this one, and pray for me. I need it, obviously. On the streets. You don't like the president?
I hate the president.
Why do you hate him?
How long do you have?
As long as you like.
Let's sit down. I'll talk to you.
Okay, give me some for instances.
Well, for instance, the tax bill.
Okay.
He lied about the tax bill. He said that the tax bill was going to benefit the little guy, when in fact, when we get our tax refund, if there's any refund at all, we'll see that there was a little fraud in the sale of the tax bill, and that all the benefits go to the very wealthiest people in the country.
So the people I've spoken to out here that are getting money back in their paychecks, seeing extra money in their paychecks, they were lying to me, or what?
I don't know.
They're not benefiting from them?
I don't know.
Well, I do. I'm talking to the people that tell me that they have benefited from it.
I don't question who you've been talking to.
Businessmen that have benefited from it.
All right. The result of the tax bill was what they add, like $700 billion to the deficit.
Oh, that I could agree with you. The deficit definitely, but that's every president's added to that. I mean, Obama before him added to it, before them, and before them.
But if you look at the charts, the tax bill had put a dramatic increase in the
well, at the same time, when Kennedy lowered the taxes, tax revenue actually increased because more people were able to put back to work, and then more tax revenue went back into the government. So, when you lower taxes, it actually increases revenue for the government.
Yeah, and then they waste it.
Well, I can't disagree with you there. There's a lot of waste that goes around.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can blame it on him. We can blame that on the agencies and bureaucrats. The bureaucrats are the ones that keep on, staying in there and upping their ante.
Well, right. Well, let's talk about that for a minute. The campaign finance in this country, where corporations and the very biggest donors.
It happened long before Trump got in.
Well, that's right. No question.
So you can't blame him for that either.
No, I can't.
But can I ask you why, what you got against the fact that, we got a 400% increase in black unemployment, the lowest black unemployment, more women to work, more Latinos to work, the fact that we've got, the fact that we are now at talking at least to North Korea, and they're not being antagonistic towards us. The fact that that we've got good trade, better trade deals that are going on. I mean, all these things are positive. But I would look at.
I would go down the list, and I would question. For example, the North Korean thing. Currently, Trump is making love to this little dictator, and
I wouldn't say he's making love. We still got sanctions against him.
Well, we do. We still have sanctions, but he hasn't made any. And he came back from the first meeting, and he basically said, "Well, this is going to."
And he walked out on the last one.
He walked on the last one, and we're going nowhere.
What do you mean go nowhere? We don't see any bombs being lobbed at us, do we? We don't see any tests going on, do we?
Well, not yet.
All right, not yet. That's kind of like a conjecture, isn't it? But let me ask you about the, I assume you're liberal bent?
Yes.
Okay, then can you maybe defend some of the things like the Green New Deal? Can we talk about that one?
Well, let's talk about global warming, which is a core principle of the Green New Deal.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that one.
Yeah. I mean, the scientific evidence is that we are in a state of global warming.
Bullshit.
If you look,
if I may, I helped start the Institute for Environmental Alternatives in 1971 for Professor Von Kohn. I lived with scientists for 3.5 years studying this. I have forgotten more about it than you know. Now I'm going to blow it out of the water for you real quick and easy. You ready for this one?
Yeah.
Okay. The big thing is CO2. Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay. Too much CO2 in the air. Okay. CO2 is a natural element of life, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, we breathe it out, plants breathe it in, so it's a reciprocal gas.
It's also
correct?
manufactured by internal combustion, etc.
Okay, yeah, sure, fine, but that's not the pollutant. Again, it's not a pollutant, it's a natural element of life.
It's a natural element.
Okay, so it's not a pollutant, it's a natural element of life. That's a scientific fact. Okay?
Okay.
So we have other pollutants. Carbon monoxide would be a pollutant. Now, so it's a reciprocal gas too. Plants breathe it in, they breathe out oxygen. So with all of this hubbub, with all the talk about too much CO2 in the air, how much CO2 is in the air?
Well, I can't answer that.
And the reason you can't answer that is they never give it to you. And the reason they never give it to you, if you knew that, you'd start asking, what the hell are they talking about? I'm going to give you the answer so you'll know from here on out. Okay?
Go ahead.
It's 0.04%. It is a trace element, and it's been that way for hundreds of years. One volcano spews out more carbon dioxide, more CO2 into the air than we've produced since the beginning of time. We're like a flea fart on the back of the dog. Now, why do they pick on CO2? Why? Out of all the gases in the air, why that one? Why that trace element? Because it is the one thing they can say, ooh, you do it. It's your problem. You're the problem. You have a carbon footprint, so they can go ahead and control us by the amount of energy we use. This has zero to do with scientific evidence. There are more scientists now that say that the head of the guy who started the Weather Channel says it's bullshit. It's a bullshit hoax thing. Again, I'm blowing it out of the water for you. This doesn't, it is all about control. It has nothing to do with the weather. And even if, let's say, even if we enacted, whatever those, like Cortez, an idiot, wants to go ahead and put down, right? What's going to stop China and India and the rest of the countries from doing what they do? If they keep on spewing out, so what does it make any difference?
Well, let me ask you a question. What you say that the scientists that I'm reading are wrong?
Yes, they can be bought off too.
What if they're right?
They're not, because they're not. They're not, because they're just like, they're people just like anybody else. And if you get out of college with $250,000 worth of debt, and I'll tell you how it works, because the government pays billions of dollars to go ahead and promote this hoax. So when people talk about, it's an oil company, say, yeah, what is the government doing? So let's say you were a scientist and you you want to write a paper on, I don't know, the mating habit of squirrels. And you ask for a
Wait a
grant.
second, we're chatting.
We're going to walk.
Okay, you walk.
And
Okay,
you
sure.
ask for a grant to go ahead and do that study. I'm sorry, you can't. All right. I wanted to do it on the effect of global warming on the mating habits of squirrels. Oh, how much you want? So now it comes out, but you got to go along with their agenda. You got to give them the right thing. It has been proven that out of the Engel emails, that they made up all of the data.
Let's
all
forget
of
the squirrels for a moment. What do you think about the reports that the ice caps in Greenland are melting at unprecedented rates? That big chunks of ice are.
And at the same time, the ice caps in Antarctica are at record highs. Record highs. So if it melts in one area, it grows in another. We have more polar bears than we've ever had before.
I'm
So
not
the
sure.
things you're hearing are lies. If you're listening to CNN, MSNBC, you have to recognize this. Who owns them? Who owns them? Who owns them and who pays them?
Well, I can make the same argument about Murdoch and Fox.
I would grant you that. Half the commercials on Fox are pharmaceutical companies, so if they come out with something that's going to damage you, you think they're going to report on it? They don't tell you the truth about 9/11. They don't tell you the truth about the poison vaccines. They don't tell you the truth about the chemtrails in the air or the fluoride in the water or the GMO foods. They are all lying to us. And if you believe them, then you are in a fool's world.
I don't
And
totally disagree.
both parties are there for one reason: to go ahead and keep us at one another's throats.
Well, that's true. Unfortunately,
they're
that's
all
true.
pushing that globalist agenda.
Thank you.
You know, so
Thank
trying
you
to,
very
they
much.
distract us with all these little things where the guy gets
Young guys, I would listen to him. He's very smart.
Yeah.
It was been nice talking. I got to catch up. Thank you.
Look into what I'm saying, because
will.
it is a hoax. Global warming is a complete hoax.
Oh no, they don't
It's
even call
there-
it that no more. They
Let's-
call it
It's,
global change.
yeah, I know. It's there to control you.
Let's both keep an open mind.
Believe me, I've studied it up and down, backwards and
You want
sideways.
to hear something else that'll blow your mind if you actually look it up right now? Now they're saying that the moon is actually in our atmosphere.
Who says that?
Scientists are saying that now. NASA is backing it up as well. Look it up. They're actually saying that now.
I'll look it up. Have a nice day.
It's on their own websites. People aren't open-minded. You know, they think it's just what's in front of them.
Well, they don't call it programming for nothing, do they? I mean, if you're, as I tell the guys, if you're just watching, like Fox or NBC or even TV in general, you're not getting the full picture. You're not seeing what's going on. You got to go on. My rule of thumb is you listen to the people they try to silence. Mm-hmm. You listen to the one like InfoWars and right? The ones they try to silence, Tommy Robinson, the ones they try to silence, that's who you listen to.
Yeah.
Hey man, where are you guys from?
We're from Denver.
All right.
And we've been waking up every morning, and now you see them. You see the sky, and then all of a sudden, in the middle of the day, it's supposed to be a sunny day, and it's cloudy for the rest of the day. And then all you hear is the jets flying over, because we live close to Air Force Base. So I feel like, I don't know if they're testing something and they wait for it to get cloudy where people can't see what they're doing up there or whatever. But
Geoengineering. It's called geoengineering, terraforming. They are actually changing the atmosphere of the Earth.
yeah, I heard they're trying to dim down the sun a little. But
They did.
It sounds like they're doing something
There's
different.
30% less sunlight hitting the surface of the Earth now than there was 4 decades ago.
And
What is that?
That's with the ozone supposed to be depleting. Doesn't
So
make
what is
sense.
that doing to our vegetation? What is that doing to us? What is it doing to life on the planet? And yet we hear a little about it. Yeah, right? The Gussie Smollett thing, right?
Yeah, then now they don't say anything. Well, that's what they want us to focus on.
God bless you. Here's a get out of jail free card from Hillary Clinton. It's good for any crime in the world. It's the same one Gussie Smollett had. Got him out.
Oh, I can't believe it. I heard like 2 days before they released him that Obama had put in a call to that prosecutor.
Yep.
And this and that, and then sure enough, 2 days later he gets off, and it's supposedly he did some community service, but
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense, man. You can't get out of a parking ticket if you get one, even if you're right. But they
Well,
let these people, you know.
talk
get away.
is that the names, if this were to go forward, Smollett is going to go ahead and start talking and blow some.
Whistles.
Yeah. So they look
see.
at. I wouldn't. I'd take a life insurance policy out on him because I don't think he's going to be around much longer.
Yeah.
He becomes,
He might hang himself with two
so-
shots to the back of his head.
That's right. Something like that might happen to him. God bless you, sir.
There's some of us out there.
Oh, I know. I attract them. I don't know. Where you guys from?
Kentucky.
Kentucky?
Georgia.
He's originally from Kentucky.
Oh, well, you said it straight. Don't let him get away with lying to me, all right?
Originally, but he's from Georgia now.
What do you do there?
I work for the government.
Yeah, what capacity?
Secret capacity.
So you work for me, huh? I'm Uncle Sam. You gotta tell me, right?
No, I can't. You're not authorized.
Huh?
You're not authorized.
I'm not authorized.
What you do?
I'm Uncle Sam. I'm out here getting the people's opinion.
You're Uncle Sam?
Yeah, badass Uncle Sam.
Oh, yeah. You a vet?
Yeah, well, I'm a vet out here. Now, I want to ask you this. You know about the Gussie Smollett thing, huh? They let him loose.
What's his name?
Gussie Smollett, the guy they let.
Gussie?
Gussie.
I've never heard of him.
Smollett. You never heard of him.
No.
You know about the guy they let loose in Chicago, the charges? The guy tried to fake the attack.
He faked and he lied?
Well, he apparently...
All liars should be locked up in jail, right?
Oh, well, he did try to start a race war, didn't he?
So everybody that tries to start a race war and lies should be locked in jail.
Well, I think he at least should face a trial and not just be let off, don't
So
you?
you think he should face a trial?
Wouldn't
for
you?
lying? So
Well, when he
how far-
lied to the police,
Can I ask you
yeah,
something?
I think that's a crime. Don't you think that's a crime?
How far should we go back in that?
Well, let's stick to the one we got right now. Let's say, if you go to the police and you say, someone attacked you, but that person didn't attack you.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be a cause for a crime against you? Shouldn't you be held
Right.
accountable for lying to the police?
You should.
Well, then why was Gussie
let's-
Smollett 16
Well,
indictments
let's take
through
this
a
back.
grand jury?
Let's take this back to
Mr.
Emmett
Guy
Till.
who won't tell me, we got the nuts to tell me what he does for a living.
Did Emmett Till not get killed because a white woman lied on him and told him that he whistled at her? This young black kid was killed.
Oh yeah.
So we should go back in history and charge her with murder, right?
Or if you want to go back to history, yeah. But I'm going. Let's talk about the current right now, because this we can do something about. We can't change that.
Did
This we
anybody
can
get
do
hurt or
something
killed?
about. You want to talk about
it-
bullshit we
can I
can't
ask
do
you-
anything
can I ask
about?
you-
Can
did
we do
anybody-
something about this?
Did anybody get hurt
Can
or
we
killed?
do something about this?
Did anybody get hurt or killed?
Oh, someone could have. Yes.
So could have. So we dealing in hypotheticals?
Well, man, when you try to start a race war, I think that would be, something
I'm
you are
just
going to
asking.
be held accountable for.
So anybody
I
that's
mean,
trying
he
to start-
faked an attack.
What about the people
He
that
faked an attack on himself, blamed Trump supporters,
Can I ask you a question?
and then which would have caused a riot. I
So
mean,
he
it's not
should-
like people don't start riots now.
He
for
should
stuff
be
like that.
he should be found guilty for almost starting a race riot while KKK is
No, he
marching
should
the
be
street,
found.
And they
Well, now you're
police protect-
conflating. He lied to the police.
Okay.
He lied to the police.
So which was it?
He lied to
For
the
race
police.
war or police.
He lied to the police.
So okay, so
he lied to the
That's a
police.
misdemeanor. So we want to make it a national emergency that this guy lied to the police.
16 indictments.
Did it affect your life?
How about the hell? Yes, it
How did it
has.
affect your life?
Because I'm out here with mega hats. I'm
been-
out here promoting the president of the
Have you
United
ever been
States.
targeted?
You don't. Oh, yeah. You
been
want to watch
targeted?
my YouTube channels? You better believe I've been targeted.
What you been targeted for?
I've had people
For your
come by
because
attack
of your
me.
rhetoric? Have you
Oh
ever been
no!
targeted
Just
about
because
your-
I'm a white guy standing here promoting my president.
I'm sorry for your history of oppression as a white man. I am so sorry for that.
Oh, there we get to the black
sorry for
privilege.
that.
Is this
I mean,
black privilege now?
they should have a white
Is this black privilege? Boy, you sure do speak like a government employee. You got all of it, man. You sure got all that government employee privilege on you.
Come on, man. This is some whack bullshit. Can you cut it out?
Boy, you gonna why didn't you try to silence me? Who the hell are you to tell me to shut up? Who the hell are you put your fingers in my face and tell me to shut up? Who the hell are you to do that?
What are you out here yelling hate speech at people for? What's your
Who the hell are you to tell me not to do it? What the hell is hate speech? Define that.
Why you got so much
Define
hate?
that.
Dude, let it go.
Moron.
Hey, what's
Stop all the hate.
Define that.
you're
Censoring me? You can go to hell.
Stop all the hate, brother.
Vulgar too, huh, pal? Anytime you want to go at it, let me know. Pencil neck.
He's not worth it. No, he's not worth it.
Oh, you're going to defend Smollett then too?
I'm not defending.
You tell me why Smollett got off. You
Why
tell me
what?
that. Smollett, Jesse Smollett. You know that. that guy.
Yeah.
Tell me why he got
I
off.
don't know, but he was an asshole. But that what does that have to do with people around here? I mean, you're clearly trying to provoke folks. You've got your.
I think people get provoked on their own. You know?
Well, yeah, of course, but you know.
Yeah, and what's wrong with provoking folks and language talk and getting some talk?
When it starts to get physical and sort of confrontational, and when
Who got physical? He's the one that put his hand in my face.
Well, you did.
I did?
Yeah.
He's the one that put his hand in
But
my
you're
face.
the one that elevated your voice. You're the one that postured up. You're the one that said,
Oh,
"Come on
no,
over
he
here."
started.
No.
If you watch the whole conversation, you watch the whole conversation?
Yeah, but I'm saying, just
Did you
own-
watch the whole conversation?
I'm asking you if it.
Did you watch the
No,
whole?
I didn't.
Then you don't know, do you, what you're
No.
talking about, do you?
Oh, I do know what I'm talking about. You
Then you didn't see the whole conversation.
Have
You're
you
telling
seen
me
my
I started provoking it? So
listen.
you're saying something you have known nothing about.
Listen to me.
He started to provoke it, not me,
Listen
pal.
to me. I'm not your pal. A. B. Own your shit.
I am owning my shit.
I know you're
You
not.
got a problem with it?
I've got a big problem with you.
Well, then tough.
Exactly.
What are you going to do about
I'm
it?
not going to do anything about it. I'm just going to own it. I've got a big problem with you and this crap that you're putting out there.
What crap?
What crap? All of this sort of anti-humanness.
What anti-humanness? Explain that.
Everything, brother. Everything.
Define that.
I don't need to define it.
What the hell does that mean?
You're full of hate,
Anti-humanness.
man. You're just full of hate. People are coming around.
How am I afraid of the how?
All you're just trying to tell people that the whole history of the United States is just whitewashed. It's all wrong. You've got to just really own your shit, please. Own it. If you're angry at me, you're angry at him, you're angry at other people walking by, cool.
I don't
You
know
have
what
the
you're
right to be
talking. You
angry.
got all this very generalization bullshit. You're not being specific.
You do.
What?
I said you do look like an angry old man. You do.
Well, you don't even know me, man. You don't know who I live with or what I've done in my life. You're just making assumptions out of your ass. That was fun. So how bad was that black cuck? I mean, seriously. I bet you he's just waiting to stand in line to get reparations, huh? Where's that free line? Oh well, if you like what you have me doing out there, then fine, I'll go through the routine again. Hit the like button, hit the bell button, subscribe. If you don't like it, well, the hell with you. I don't give a damn. See you on the streets.